What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I want to go over what I call truths and what I call excuses, and I want to explain the difference because apparently the boxing world doesn't have insight on the difference between the two, right? So what I mean is by this: excuses can't be truth, right? Excuses cannot be true. For example, if you was late to work because there was a car accident and traffic was backed up, and you went to work late and you told them, hey, I'm late today because there was a car accident, is that true? Or are you giving an excuse as to why you was late to work? So now, if it's a lie, there wasn't a car accident, and you just got up late and you just went to work and made up something, said, yeah, there was an accident on 435 and it backed up traffic. Well, you're lying for one, and you're giving excuses. To me, excuses cannot be of the truth. So I want to take a look at this Roy Jones fight because it's hindsight. So we back testing. We're gonna back test Roy Jones fight and determine what are excuses and what are truths. So Roy Jones, he came down from heavyweight, won a close, controversial fight that many people said that he lost. And Roy Jones said that it's because of the weight loss that he didn't feel himself, right? He didn't feel like he couldn't shoot the shot. He couldn't pull the trigger like he wanted to because he felt like he had lost too much weight, too much muscle mass, and that's what caused the fight to be close. Antonio Tarver, a guy who at the time nobody knew Antonio Tarver was on steroids or taking steroids, right? Nobody knew that. So is it true that Roy Jones lost too much weight, or did he lie about that? Now, let's say it's not the weight. Let's say that Roy Jones thought it was the weight and said, I lost too much weight. Now he's giving an excuse, right? Because it really wasn't the weight. He just came up with this. But here's the gray area. If it wasn't the weight, then you have Antonio Tarver, who is cheating anyway. So, you follow what I'm saying? He's cheating anyway. Now he's attacking the victim and saying, do you got any excuses tonight? Because Tarver knows it wasn't the weight that got you. It was the PDs that got you. So that's why he's saying, you got any excuses tonight, Roy? Now the fans have no idea, right, that Tarver's on steroids at this time. Otherwise, they wouldn't have fought. So when they hear Roy Jones say, it's because I lost weight, they say, oh, man, he's making excuses, man. Roy's making excuses, man. Why don't he just take his lick on the chin? Quit making up these excuses. So Roy takes the lick on the chin and says, you know what? I'm going to rematch him. You know, maybe it wasn't the weight. I'm going to go and do the honorable thing. I'm going to rematch him. Now look, with a straight face, he going to ask him a question.
You don't have to have it, so make sure you have it. All right, you guys are giving instructions from the dressing room. Do you have any questions?
I got a question. You got any excuses tonight, Roy?
Let's not ask questions like that. Let's test the questions over.
Who does that sound like? Fans.
Wants to correct the story.
Fans, y'all got any excuses tonight?
Roy Jones, in effect, wants to avenge a victory that was too close for his comfort.
And we still able to sustain the temperature.
Now Jones gets knocked out, right? So it wasn't the weight issue, right? Because you just lost twice. Not only that, you got knocked out by Antonio Tarver. So that eliminates all your excuses. Because you said you had lost too much weight, which was an excuse because that wasn't true, right? According to boxing fans that say you're saying excuses. But my point is this. You got a guy like Roy Jones, who fans love Roy Jones. And fans saw Roy come down in weight, and when they saw him fight Antonio Tarver, they know how Roy fights. They said Roy didn't look right that fight. You know, and they came up with reasons to justify why they thought it didn't look right. They said, you know, he had lost too much weight, he had this and this and this. They knew it was something, but not knowing that Tarver was on steroids. So while Roy Jones fans was giving quote unquote excuses, they was legit reasons why he lost. And here you had a guy who was cheating anyway, right? So you got to be careful in the sport of boxing when you say people are giving excuses, because you don't know what's going on. It really could be the weight. It really could be somebody on steroids. It really could be somebody's using loaded gloves. Because you support that fighter don't mean it's not happening. Huh? And they said the same thing about Roy. Oh, he looked good at the weigh-in. He looked good. Both fighters looked good. But they didn't know Tarver was doing something he wasn't supposed to be doing. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Now that you know that Tarver was cheating, were those really excuses? Or was they truths? I'm out.